Yeah, well, just said it on the radio. You score 11 points in a half. It's going to be hard to win a basketball game, college basketball. And I told the guys in the locker room, the first thing you do when that happens is look in the mirror as a coach. What did I not do to prepare us to play against the match zone? It was the same zone. We played against them in the first half and put 40 up, and boy, I thought we had some good moments in the first half. I was proud of how we dug back in. They made some tough shots early. They exploited our press a little bit, got out of it, kind of anchored our defense in. And I was happy with the way that we handled being down early in the game on the road. But in the second half, 11 points just not good enough. Not to mention 9 turnovers. So you're not putting the ball in the hoop, but you're not even getting shots up on 9 possessions. It's still a 7-point game, 5 or 6 minutes left. We had our chances, guys. Had some good moments, but 11 points ain't going to cut it. And told them that in the locker room, and we got to make sure we handle those moments and that frustration a little bit better as a group. We got all night tomorrow to be pissed off, but in the moment we got to worry about winning the next possession.
Was there anything different in the second half that they did defensively, or just stopped working?
Play match zone.
Yeah,
it's a funky defense. We were off Monday. We spent yesterday preparing for it. Again, I'll go look at our game plan. We scored 40 in the first half. They on pace to score 80. That should be good enough to win in a slower paced game. The way they were playing offensively for sure was a little bit slower. So it's a lower possession game. You score 40 and a half. That's how you got to do it. And again, other than the first, 8 minutes of the game, I thought we really defended. For the most part, there were some possessions there in the second half where we got frustrated and lost our discipline, or gave in for a half a second. But I thought for the most part in the first half, for the most part for the game, we defended okay. But 11 points and a half, guys, I can't say it enough. Shoot, what do you want me to say? It ain't good enough.
I think it was it 4 for 27 from the field. Did you like the shots?
I didn't like 9 turnovers. I thought there were some shots I didn't like. There were some good shots too. We needed to be better around the basket. The way they're playing their zone, they're putting so much attention to David, to Jeremiah out in the perimeter. There's some major holes. I thought we needed to exploit those. We got the ball inside at times in the first half, and I thought it was really good. We got it in there in the second half and turned it over, missed shots around the basket. When we didn't get it in there enough. So a couple times we executed a nice play, come out of a timeout, execute a nice play, you get the ball, at 2 feet, don't finish. You give them credit. They made a ton of plays on the basketball, a ton of block shots, a ton of steals. There was a handful of possessions where, we got the ball in a pretty good spot on the floor. You make 2, play 1, and we try to force a shot over the top. So yeah, we can pick apart every possession. We'll certainly do that with the film tonight, but we scored 40 in the first half, guys. So there was some good things. Then there weren't some good things.
Were the blocks indicative of anything specifically, or was it just they made good plays when the ball was around the rim?
Yeah, you don't ever take away credit from somebody making a play. Give them credit, but at the same time, you get down in the teeth. You got to come to 2. If you don't have an angle, you got to find the open guy. And in this game, that guy was behind you a lot of times, not in front of you. And a couple of times we're trying to force it over the top. Those are missed shots or block shots. A couple of times we're trying to thread the needle in the pass. Those are turnovers versus just kind of being under control with the ball. So got to get us more prepared.
Chris Brandon had 15 rebounds, I think, tonight. What was your plan just to try to take him off the glass?
We talked a lot about it, Keith. I think if we quizzed the guys multiple times, and the first thing they would have said about him is rebounding. We talked a ton about it. I think he had 2 offensive rebounds at halftime. I was pleased with that. He's an elite offensive rebounder. He's elite. And I think he was 3rd in the nation in offensive rebounding percentage a year ago. Rebounding translates to every level of our game. So anybody that does it at that level is going to do it great in any level game. And I was worried about him, and he was phenomenal tonight. I don't know how many blocks he had, but felt like he was all over the damn place. So give him a ton of credit.
Can you kind of talk a little about what Sam and Marquez Morgan were able to do to kind of give you guys so many fits? They made some tough shots, but Seems like the whole game they're really kind of giving your guards some trouble.
They only had him for one block, huh? Sorry, I'll answer your question in a second. He had 10 points, 16 rebounds. Yeah, that's phenomenal. One block shot. I'm sorry, what's your question?
Can you talk a little about what Marquez and Sam were able to do to give your guards such fits? I know they hit some tough shots, but really they were playing pretty hard the whole game.
Yeah, I thought Warwick made some great plays to start the game. You know, I thought there were some possessions we guarded him pretty well, and he made a couple really tough shots over the top. You know, we struggled early to have a sound defensive possessions, and once we had a couple, he made tough shots over the top. So it was like, man, we finally had a sound possession. Give him credit. Vincent too. You know, I thought the three hitting the corner on the side out of bounds was a big time shot. We hit a screen and stop. That was frustrating. But yeah, those are two pretty big time guards. And 4 for 8, 9 for 17. That's pretty good, guys. So they got the best. We don't have anybody in double figures, and they got a guy with 22, a guy with 15, and a guy with 10. So there you go.
We finally saw Josh tonight. Was that maybe a bright spot in an otherwise tough night?
He's going to be a terrific player. He's going to be a terrific player. You know, I think anybody that saw his 9 minutes tonight sees why. He's a terrific young player, and you know, Daniel Skillings didn't practice yesterday after the sprained ankle and felt good enough to go today, but that's not fair to put him in the position. He didn't go through any of the scouting, or he didn't go through any of the preparation, and you know, 3 games into his career, he's still learning. So I didn't think it was fair, but Josh was good in the 9 minutes he played for the first game of his freshman year, and that's something we can build on.
One more question. Coach, you feel the road environment played a factor in poor shooting totals for 3, free throw, and field goal overall?
Yeah, guys, I'm not trying to be difficult. I've tried to learn not to do the speculation thing. You know, it's about getting a great shot for your team, getting the boards covered, not letting the other team get a great shot, getting a defensive rebound, getting a loose ball. We didn't do it well enough tonight. The reasons that we'll focus on are the ones we can control.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.